Don't ever think that you're the only one that this is happening to. How to stick to your diet when you go to have dinner at your loved one's house, at your family's house, at your relatives, at a party, whatever. If you have your parents and you go visit your parents, or they visit you and they bring food, especially if you're from a family that just cooks real good and that's just the way you ate all your life, you're definitely not the only one that has this issue. Like, how do I keep away from that? And then if you're close-knit to your family, they're gonna wonder, like, oh, why are you eating on that? You on a diet? And now as the diet conversation comes in, and then everybody has their opinions about the diet and when they dieted and how it doesn't work, and how then they do a compliment sandwich and then they tell you how good it is that if you are on a diet, but I only live once, I better eat however I want it, and it's just start killing you. On top of all the self-talk that you've had all your life, how you would make it okay to eat a certain way in the past, and now you start your journey to where, like, you know what, I want to gain discipline. I want to start becoming the version of me that I would admire. As a result, other stuff will happen. You work out to raise your vibration. You diet to gain discipline. You wake up early to be grateful longer. None of those things say, so you can get this, so you can get that, so you can look like this, so you could drop this, so you could build that. Nothing. But those are all just like natural results that you're gonna get that. You're gonna lose weight. You're gonna gain muscle. You're gonna become more attractive to the things that you should have. That's why you want them. But sticking to the whole diet thing, you'll start hearing all these opinions that remind you of the old you and the way you used to talk to yourself. And maybe you were the one that would poke fun at other people when they had to go on a diet for whatever reason. Maybe it was just a medical condition and they were ordered to get on this diet if they wanted to be all right. Or they had a condition that now required them that, no, I can't eat or drink this anymore. And it was a big old deal. And you were there poking fun and forcing them and putting extra food on their plate. Now the tables turn, now it's on you. How do you do it? Well, first of all, I mean, we all know if you're on this journey, you know that it does take discipline. Discipline. Every issue we have is based on lack of discipline. The best way, the easiest way, the fundamental way to dominate that and gain discipline is through diet. Limiting what you eat. Not siding with desire. Not chasing desire, not going for desire, but going and strengthening discipline, siding with the discipline to say, I'm going to stick to this way of eating. When you go to family members' house, when you go to friend's house, when you go to in-laws' house, whatever, one of the tricks that I found out that works every single time, especially at the beginning, the first few weeks, because if they don't notice, if they're just too busy with their surroundings, they won't even notice that you're serving yourself differently. Maybe you're balancing it out as protein, fats, and carbs, right? And then they notice that you're not having, 15 tortillas no more, 8 tortillas no more. Maybe just having half of one. No one notices, right? No one's there like eyeing people's plates or how do you eat, how do that. But then you come back 2-3 weeks later for the other barbecue, or the other just to visit to say hello because you love them. Then they start noticing that your 2XL shirts or your 3XL shirts or your XL shirts, whatever, wherever you're at, or your large shirts, are starting to fit like if they were your big brother shirts, starting to fit loose. Like, you start getting the cheeks, start getting unswollen a little bit. It's like, is this dude sick or what? Then they kind of like, oh, okay, cool, well, let's eat, whatever. And then they kind of like, they're suspicious now. Like, that's all you're gonna eat? Or you're not gonna get the corn or the stack of tortillas or the chips, or like, what do you do then? You wanna avoid the conversation. I don't wanna explain it. You guys won't understand. And then you don't wanna like throw out this big old whopper story on like, nah, it's cause, I wanna lose weight, blah, blah, blah. So what do? The best one for me to use that just, it would always end there with that explanation, is just telling them, Oh, it's because I went to the doctor and he said that I really need to cut down on my food, especially these kinds of foods, which happened to be the ones that I was cutting down. No more explanation after that. Because chances were that anybody that was there that was asking, and usually our get-togethers were like real small, you know. I knew that at one point or another, they had gotten those exact same instructions from their doctor. Whether they listened or not, maybe for a day or two, and then it was like, I only live once, whatever. But it would ring in their head, so there was relatability. I was like, oh, dang, his doctor told them too. Oh, that's good that he's listening. And then they'll kind of maybe start going into their world of, man, maybe I should listen. Or how long ago did he tell me? When do I got to see him again? And you'll throw them off, and they'll go into their own story and reality. So try it, use it. Anytime that you go to a party and you're already on your journey, you're already on your mission to gain discipline so you can earn confidence. And they start hitting you up with that question, hey, why aren't you eating this? Why aren't you drinking that? Why don't you get some of this? Why don't you, whatever it is that you're cutting down. In wherever part of your journey that you're at, maybe at the early stages or already you're, in like me, 9 months. You get all, wherever you go, because there's going to be maybe relatives that you haven't seen for a while. And then something happens that everybody gets together for whatever reason. They're going to look at you and be like, wow, you look different. Depending on where you're at, of course. And it could be the whole food thing, and you're going to have that one relative that you guys are cool with and be like, well, you're not, what's up with that? Why aren't you eating this? Just kind of low-key, real serious face. Nah, dude, my doctor told me I shouldn't be eating this. And, I mean, who knows? I've only been cutting it down for a while to my follow-up appointment, see if everything goes good. Oh, what happened? What do you have? I don't know, dude. He just said, you know what? We need to cut these foods. Did he give medication? Nah, dude, nothing. Just said just cut down on these foods for a little bit, and let's see what happens. See you in a few months. So what you been up to? Change the subject, break the pattern. It doesn't follow up with anything else, whether they don't want to talk about their issues or you struck a chord, but every single time. So anytime you go to a family member's house or a get-together or something, and you're already on your mission to gain discipline in the form of dieting and sticking to your diet and gaining that strength, that power, that control, that shot call of your own life, and anybody asks and you kind of just don't want to deal with the follow-up questions and the explanations that they want to get, you want to show them proof. Maybe you'll explain to them your journey and you'll inspire them to do the same. But get some receipts first. Get ahead. Get so ahead where it's undeniable that you're making progress. You tell them too early, be like, that doesn't work. You become undeniable. They'll be like, they'll ask you, how'd you do that? Glad you asked. But they're not clowning you on the early stages on what choices you're making. Try it. It'll work. Works for me every time.